Hey, my name is Carter and I'm 16 and I live in Honolulu, Hawaii. I am female to male transgender, as you could probably tell from the title of this video, and I recently started tea. But I want to begin this video by prefacing that not all transgender people wish to start tea, and this is just my own personal experience through it, and that it is a choice that doesn't really reflect on how valid your gender is or how valid you are in the transgender community. I'm just saying that in the beginning of this video because of the fact that I'm very, as I said earlier, excited and positive about tea, and that's kind of how I'm going to carry out this video and talking about my own personal experience from just starting tea. And that's not like being on it for like months or something, although I'm going to make videos of that to show the transition process and to kind of keep a mental record of my progress and the changes that have been made, and to, when I'm older, just to show my kids, be like, hey, look at Dad when he was a kid, and just showing this is like all of like the timeline of how I became like who I am today. And I think that testosterone definitely does change a lot of just how well you're doing emotionally. I know it has for me. Some people it's the same. It's all specific cases, and that's how it should be seen as. I feel like I have so much anticipation on it, where I'm like, when is my voice gonna start changing? When am I gonna get like facial hair? When am I gonna grow taller, hopefully? Because if you start testosterone when you're younger than the age of 21 or 18, it all depends per person on when they stop growing. But for me, I'm still growing and I get like body aches all the time, so I know that I'm definitely like tea's gonna change my growing patterns, not just like hair and all of that sort of like puberty changes, but also the puberty change of growth in height. And I'm really excited because I am 5'5" now, and that would be great if I grew taller because I love modeling. I'll be making videos also on specific topics such as masculinity versus femininity in the trans community, because for me, I see myself as a feminine person, and I don't think that collides with how trans I am or how much of a guy that I am. And the people that I know, they don't always feel comfortable wearing certain clothing because of the way that society depicts them off of that clothing. And I think it's really sad that we live in that own emotional barriers of, I can't do this because people are gonna make me feel bad from it. And I am an advocate of like doing whatever you want to do, but it's hard because even I do that sometimes, where I'll be like, I don't want to wear makeup today because I don't feel comfortable with being misgendered so constantly. Because when I wear makeup, like people are like, oh, you have a feminine voice and a feminine body, and oh, you're wearing makeup, so this person's a girl. And I put so much effort into trying to, pass, and then again, passing's also really controversial because it's like, what is passing? Because it all differentiates. This channel will also have information on clinics, and for me, I live in Hawaii, so it's a lot different than other clinics in other states. However, I did research on the transhealthcenter.org, I think, and I'll link it somewhere here. And I took that information to find the best clinic in my own state. And it's really good to have a clinic where it's trans specific because they know what they're doing and they know how to address you correctly, and they'll like ask you, oh, what name do you go by? What pronouns do you use? And there are people in my clinic that are demi-boy and non-binary, and they're very respectful of that, and I feel like not a lot of employees understand that. Even in all LGBT friendly clinics, there are some that are still working on that, and it's okay because we're getting there. But it's just cool, it's really cool for me to go into a trans clinic and for them to be already comfortable with using like they them pronouns. And so I'm just gonna go in and talk about my experience with testosterone. I was originally gonna get it done on my birthday, and then I got it done earlier because I just wasn't doing so well and I really needed to start getting on it. And I just felt like that was the safest bet for me, and that was something that I just needed more than anything. And it's sad because I know that I'm privileged in the fact that I'm able to have a supportive member of my family that allows me to do that, and I know not a lot of trans teenagers don't have that. It's hard to be talking about this experience of like getting it so young, because I remember I used to watch like transgender YouTubers and be like, that will never be me. I will never start testosterone until I'm an adult because my parents don't see it as right. And I think that just seeing the amount of change that my family has done is really astounding, and I wish that for more families. So I'm just going to be very like respectful about the fact that a lot of my viewers and a lot of you guys aren't able to start testosterone yet, but just chin up and you'll get there, and my reality, if you want testosterone, will definitely be yours one day. And I wanted to have that type of community where we can hold each other's hands through the process, because all of us have different processes and different time waits and different referrals to go through, and I feel like mine was really easy, and I wish it was like that everywhere, and I'm promoting that right now. Pain-wise, jumping into like the actual experience for me. So I got there and it was originally supposed to be something where they look at my hormone levels, and then instead they, after they looked at my hormone levels, they're like, okay, so you ready for your first shot of tea? This is a big day for you. And I was like, yeah. I didn't know it was gonna happen that soon. I didn't know that my they were gonna allow me to start tea that early, and so I was just like, yes, and I was afraid that they're gonna be like, oh, just kidding, we'll see you in like a month. But no, I started it right on the spot, and the needle was like this big, and the liquid was like this big, and it was pretty scary for me because I'm so used to like tiny needles that draw blood for me instead of like putting in liquid into me. Because I was like so excited because I didn't know it was gonna happen. My doctor was like, calm down, stop tensing your arm, and I was like, okay. And I was just like, yeah, there you go. It was really sore afterwards, but when it was the process of putting the needle in me, I didn't really feel it. It's like all the adrenaline in my body. Afterwards, my arm started bruising, and I don't know if it's gonna be like this every time. Today is Christmas Eve, so I'm probably gonna publish this late, but Merry Christmas Eve. It's the thought that counts, I'm going to go back in on Monday. Mondays are my days to get testosterone. I'm doing it once a week. The difference between once a week and 2 weeks is your body starts to feel like a little bit like dead and like tired if you like do 2 weeks, because it gets to the end and it goes from like ooh to like down. But for 1 week it's just like straight through, and I like it because it keeps me more leveled, and I need something that's like leveled and steady. So I'm just afraid that it's gonna bruise every time, because I'm gonna get like, you're able to get a shot on your arm, your thigh, or your butt, or at least for my doctor. And I chose the arm. It's still bruised, and I hope that it doesn't always bruise, because then I'd have bruises all over, and then it'd be hard when I get shots again. But I just noticed that it was more of a mental thing, where I was walking around and I was saying in my head, I was like, yeah, I just got a shot and I'm on testosterone, and I was walking around. It makes you feel really confident. And the confidence boost is definitely something that I noticed where when it came to people addressing me, because someone like actually used male pronouns for me that was a stranger, and I was like, that never happens. And it was really cool, and I can't wait to see more of that and seeing more people be like, oh, hey man, what's up? 'Cause I work in retail, so it's just definitely always a conversation thing, and I'll do another video on that. But I talked so much right now, and there's so much more I want to say, but I'll leave that to next time. And happy holidays, guys, because not everyone celebrates Christmas. Yeah. Bye.